Okay, good evening, Pute. So last day we discussed about water cycle, how the cycling, like how this happens. So what are the stages of water cycle? And basically we learn about precipitation, වර්ෂණය කියලා කියන්නේ වැටෙන එක වතුර. ඒතර වැස්ස වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ice වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So it can be ice, snow, sleet, hail, right? So that is precipitation. Condensation is where the gas become, okay, the vapors become liquid, right? Condensation happen. So when raining, so this we learn in the like there is another lesson. So we will learn about state transfer in that lesson. Actually, in the like first set of lesson, I'm taking more time, but when it comes to end of this lesson, so it will be faster because we have already discussed these things in the initial lessons, right? So what we are discussing today will be reconsidered in latter part of the book. So then that will be faster because we have already discussed. This part is not there in the book, no. So, but we are discussing that because like then it is easy. Evaporation happens when the environment is hot and not just from the ocean, other surfaces, water surfaces, and even groundwater will evaporate through trees, right? Groundwater will go through the trees, and also, man-made constructions like wells are there. So evaporation happens that way also. And actually that evaporation is called transpiration, right? Utsvedane, transpiration, that is when heat up the plant leaves emit, or plant leaves release water drops, or what not drops, actually water vapor. So to test that, I suggested you a small practical. You can cover the leaves using a polythene bag, a transparent polythene bag, and keep it in a sunny day for few hours, and you can see condensed water drops in the polythene bag. Polythene bag එකකින් මේ leaves තියෙන ගහක තියෙන මේ කොළ ටික වහලා rubber band එකක් දාලා තියන්න දවල් වෙලාව. එතකොට මේ transpiration වලින් වාෂ්ප වෙන උත්සේදනය නිසා වාෂ්ප වෙලා යන vapor එක, water vapor කියලා කියන්නේ අර gas status නේ. ඒ gas status එකෙන් වාෂ්ප වෙලා යන එක condense වෙලා ආපහු cool වෙලා ඝනීභවණය වෙලා cool වෙලා. So that condensed water you can see in the polythene bag. A polythene bag එකේ drops විදියට එකතු වෙලා තියෙනවා. මොකද transpiration හින්දා තමයි වාෂ්ප වෙන්නේ උත්සේදනය නිසා. So if anything unclear, please ask. Because of transpiration it will become water vapor, but because of the condensation, so after some time, so due to high concentration as well as the cool nature, so it may condense. It will condense actually. When it condense, water will be collected in that polythene bag. Okay, we discuss about these things. So this is happening regularly, and we learn evaporation. When sunlight is there, when wind is there, it will increase evaporation. හුළඟට ඒ වගේම සූර්යාලෝකයට තමයි වැඩිපුර evaporation වෙන්නේ. Then, so this is a clear picture of water cycle. We discuss about this, and this is another one. So you are given some blanks, and you are asked to fill that. So can you try to tell what's coming on these? Like I'll ask, right? Tell me what should be placed here. Okay, firstly the water start off in the, yes, start off in, yes, here they ask in extension, explain how water moves from sea, air and land and come back. Okay, just try to. So what is here in this box? What should we write in this box? Come on, you can tell that. Just discussed.
Rain.
Yeah, rain is what is the common name given for that? That is precipitation, right? මතකද rain වෙන්න පුළුවන් ගොඩක් විදිහට පුතේ, වැස්ස විතරක් නෙවෙයි, not just rain, it can be hail, right? You can see here these words, right? The words So you don't have rain there, so you can add what? Precipitation. Precipitation කියන්නේ වර්ෂණය. ඒක වැස්ස වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ice වෙන්න පුළුවන්, හිම වෙන්න පුළුවන්, snow. ඒ ඕන දෙයක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. That's common word is precipitation, right? Okay, what comes here? So this is precipitation, right? So I'll put an arrow. Precipitation comes here. Okay, then what is this? You can see there's a river, right? What is this? You can select from the keywords given.
Land.
Yeah, it's land. So what happens? Is it condensation or precipitation, evaporation, groundwater flow, surface runoff, or transpiration? What is happening there? Yes?
Condensation.
Condensation. Condensation කියන්නේ වාෂ්ප ඝනීභවනය වෙන එක. ජල වාෂ්ප ඝනීභවනය වෙන එක. ඒක ගොඩාක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Condensation can happen in a rainy time when you see in a glass, or maybe when you are in a room, washroom, and when you turn on hot water shower. This can happen. එතකොට අර වාෂ්ප වෙලා බැඳෙන්නේ glass වල එහෙම. ඒ තමයි condensation. මතක තියාගන්න ඕනේ මේ වචන. එතකොට condensation වෙන ඝනීභවනය වෙන්නේ වාෂ්පයක්. වාෂ්ප විදියට තියෙන එකක් එකතු වෙන එක තමයි condensation කියන්නේ. So please remember the words clearly, right? We wrote this, right? අපි මේව ලිව්වනේ note එකේ condensation. නැද්ද?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Then what, Pute? Okay, what should come here?
No.
It is surface runoff, right? මතු පිටින් ජලය ගලා යෑම. Surface runoff. So what is this? You can see this is drowned, right? So what is happening there? It is groundwater flow. Okay, what happens when sunlight is there? මේ මුහුදෙන් එහෙම මොකද වෙන්නේ? When sunlight is there?
Evaporation.
Evaporation happens. Yes, evaporation happens. Then in the air, so this is actually gaseous state, water vapor becomes loud. So what is that? Water vapor become cloud. Then we call condensation. ඒක තමයි ඝනීභවනය. ඒක එක උදාහරණයක්. Water vapor become cloud, that is condensation. Can you take a picture of this? Transpiration කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? Transpiration. Transpiration මෙතන නැහැ. Yes, transpiration. කොහෙද transpiration වෙන්නේ? One example, transpiration.
Roots of a plant.
Plants, it's happening in plants. Plants roots වලින් අරගෙන, not just roots, stem, leaves all together, right? Actually roots absorb groundwater. Roots වලින් groundwater ගන්නවා. භූගත ජලය මුල් වලින් ගන්නවා. Then what happens? It will be transported to leaves through stem. කඳ හරහා ඒවා transport කරනවා පත්‍රවලට. පත්‍රවලින් තමයි පත්‍රවල තියෙන අර සිදුරු වලින් තමයි ඒ වාෂ්ප විදියට ඒක පිට වෙන්නේ. ඒක තමයි transpiration කියන්නේ. Okay? Actually, so you don't want to learn that in this lesson, Pute, but just remember the words because this will be useful in future lesson. In the දැනට මතක තියාගන්න මේක මේ මට්ටමේදී ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕන නැහැ. Okay? But in higher grades you need, not just in the higher grades, in latter part of this also you need that. So just remember the points. Have you taken the picture snapshot? Okay? Screenshot එකක් ගත්තද?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Both? Both of you or not?
No, sir.
Okay, take it quickly. This one, take it quickly. Take a screenshot, right? So that is very important because you need to know these terms. Okay. Shall we move to the next? Right.
Okay, sir.
Right. Now you can understand the principles. Okay. So just remember these words. Condensation කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? Condensation. Yes, water vapor becomes liquid නේද? වාෂ්ප ඝනීභවණය වෙන එක. වාෂ්ප ඝනීභවණය වෙලා ද්‍රව හැදෙන එක. Water vapor become liquid. That is condensation. Precipitation. That is easy. Precipitation කියන්නේ වැස්ස සරලව. ඒ වැස්ස හිම වෙන්න පුළුවන්, අයිස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, වතුර වෙන්න පුළුවන්. වර්ෂණය කියන්න පුළුවන්. Precipitation. Evaporation. Evaporation. Come on, tell me. Yes, evaporation කොහොමද වෙන්නේ? Yes. Sanidi, Sanogi. Evaporation.
Liquid become gas.
Yes, liquid become gas. Correct. Right, liquid become gas. Sanogi. Okay. Are you okay, Sanogi? Can you hear me?
Sir.
All right. Okay. When liquid become gas, it is called evaporation. Okay. What is condensation then, Sanogi?
Water becomes air becomes liquid.
Yes, gas become liquid. Gas become liquid. ඒකේ අනිත් පැත්ත තමයි liquid become gas evaporation. උතර condensation කියන්නේ gas become liquid. Okay, precipitation ඒක වර්ෂණය. Ground water flow කියන්නේ දන්නවනේ වතුර පොළොවේ යටින් යන එක ground water flow. Then surface water runoff ඒවා තමයි ගංගා, ඇලදොල ඒවා surface runoff. Transpiration ඒක ගස්වල තියෙන්නේ. Transpiration තියෙන්නේ ගස්වල. හරි ගස් වලින් තමයි මුල් වලින් වතුර ඇදලා කොළ වලින් එළියට දාන්නේ. හරි ඒ තමයි transpiration. Okay, clear on this? Right.
Yes, sir.
So this is precipitation. So without precipitation the entire world will become desert. දැන් මතක තියාගන්න. මෙන්න වර්ෂාපතනය නැති වුණොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? කාන්තාර තමයි ඉතුරු වෙන්නේ. Right? We will not have water to drink. Right? It's very difficult to find. So precipitation is needed. Bad points. Precipitation, another thing. This is also precipitation, right? So precipitation help farmers to grow crops. නේද? අපි වගා කරන්නේ කොහොමද? වැස්ස තිබ්බොත් නේද? දැන් දන්නවනේ මහා කන්නේ යාල කන්නේ ලංකාවේ ආලා ඇතිනේ වල. Right? So වැස්ස නැත්තම් පැල හදන්න බෑ. ගස් හැදෙන්නේ නැහැ. So this is also a good point. And for drinking we need water. It provides drinking water for plants and farmers to grow crops. You need precipitation. Bad points. There are bad points also. Why? So if it is ice rain or snow, right? Snow is a problem because it will make these roads unclear. And you cannot, the transportation will be difficult. It's snowy. And floods, same name. The floods, ගංවතුරාවත් වැහලා ගංවතුරාවත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඒ වගේමනේ නේද? යට වෙන්න පුළුවන්, මැරෙන්නත් පුළුවන් මිනිස්සු. Okay, it has good points, bad points both. See, this is what? This is hail. Okay, so we have not experienced hail, this much of hail in Sri Lanka. But if it happens, so see what is the result? Right, even it can kill people, right? It can damage drop and cars. So you can see the vehicles got damage due to this large hairs, large ice fallen from the air. So that is bad. මේ ice වැටලා තමයි මේ විදුරු කැඩලා ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. බලන්නකො. නේද? අපි නම් දැකලා නැහැ මේ ලංකාවේ නම්. Okay, this is another thing. Freezing rain. Right? You can see මේ ඔයාලට පේනවද මේ තියෙන පුතේ මේ current wire වල ice midila. Can you see? Hello? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you see in this image? So this is actually, yes, this is freezing rains lead. This rains lead, you can see it has damaged power lines and trees. Thus, of course, so that can happen. So now we are not experienced in Sri Lanka, but in some countries they experience this, like Iceland, Netherlands. Condensation. So condensation form clouds. So that is very important because for the precipitation we need condensation. Otherwise, no precipitation. So condensation is needed. So transpiration. Transpiration is a way of moving brown water to the air, because brown water will not evaporate. Why? Because it's not, the sunlight will not, actually it's not exposed to the sunlight. Brown water is not exposed to the sunlight. මේ භූගත ජලයට ඉරේලිය වැටෙන්නේ. ඉරේලිය වැටෙන්නේ නැති හින්දා යාව evaporate වෙන්න බෑ. හැබැයි transpirate වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Because transpiration will absorb water through roots and then release through leaves. Okay, so now in today's lesson we need to learn more about the type of water. Actually, this is salinity of water. What is salinity? Salinity of water. What is that? What is saline? Have you ever tasted saline? Saline වල රස බලලා තියෙනවද? Saline.
No,
Never.
sir. No, sir.
No. Saline is salt water, right? Saline is salt water. Now, have you experienced saline?
Yes, right.
Then yes, නේද?
Yes.
ඇයි අර saline නේද වගේ ඔලුවට ආවේ මොකක්ද? අර hospital වල තියෙන saline නේද? ඒවත් පුළුවන්. ඒවත් ලුණු රසයි තමයි. That is also salt water and that is also salty. Yes, but normally any kind of salt water we call saline. So salinity is a property where this, in these rivers, waterfalls, or freshwater tanks, actually the salt is dissolved in fresh water. That is called salinity. මේ ලවණ වර්ග දිය වෙලා තියෙනවා. ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් sodium chloride වගේ දේවල් දිය වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි salinity කියන්නේ. Fresh water වල, river water වල තියෙනවද salt? Is there salt in river water? Is there salinity?
No, sir.
There is, but you cannot feel that because it is very less amount. Right? එතකොට මේ වතුරේ පොඩ්ඩක් තියෙනවා ලුණු. හැබැයි ගොඩක් නෙවෙයි එන රස එහෙම දැනෙන්නේ. Right? So amount here, you can see the amount of salt dissolved in fresh water is very, very low. So it's still there, but it's very low. හරි නෑම කියන්න බෑ. හොඳද? ඊළඟ කියන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. Here the amount of salt dissolved in fresh water is low. හරි? එහෙනම් අපිට එහෙම ලුණු රසක් දැනෙන්නේ නැහැ. So if you want without the salinity, if you need water, you have to clean it. So and you have to take distilled water, right? So that is without any kind of salt. You have to purify and get that. But there is a little amount of salt dissolved in river water and tank water too. But in marine water, what about marine water? Have you tasted marine water? Accidentally at least? මුහුදු වතුර යන්තම් හරි රස දැනෙලා තියෙනවද?
Yes, sir.
Right. At least accidentally, I think, if you are into, if you have visited there, a beach, so mostly you can feel the saltiness, not just in water, but even air. Like if you go Golf Face or somewhere, even air, you can feel that, right? Saltiness. නේද? හුළඟ එනකොට හුළඟෙත් තියෙනවනේ පොඩි ලුණු ගතියක් තියෙනවනේ. Right? So that is marine water. Marine water has high concentration. It has high concentration, right? Here the amount of salt dissolved in marine water is very high. Dissolved the amount of water, sorry, amount of salt dissolved in marine water is very high. Therefore, what we do with marine water? In the marine water, what we do with marine water?
We make salt.
Yes, we make salt. මුහුදු ජලය තමයි අපි ලුණු ලේවායන් වල නේද ලුණු විදියට අපි ගන්නෙ. To make salt we use marine water because there is very high concentration of salt in that marine water. And brackish water is basically there in lagoons. කලපු කියලා කියන්නේ කලපු දැකලා තියෙනවද? කියන්නේ lagoons කියන්නේ මුහුදු වතුරක් තියෙනවා. එන මේකට අපි කියන මිරිදිය කියලා. මිරිදිය කරදිය දෙකම තියෙන lagoons. දැකලා තියෙනවද lagoons? Have you visited lagoons? Puttalam, some areas in Trinco, Jaffna, Mana, right? Have you visited these lagoons? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So lagoons are, this lagoon water, that is called brackish water. Right? ඒ වගේ තියෙන water වතුර තමයි අපි කියන්නේ මේ brackish water කියලා. Right? That has medium saltness. Right? එතකොට ඒකේ salt තියෙනවා. ඒකේ තියෙන ලුණු ගතිය තියෙනවා. But that is medium, less than marine water. But more than fresh water, higher than fresh water. That is in between. Right? So we are not normally using lagoon water to make salt, but we can use marine water to make salt. But fresh water is not a good salt resource. But still, if you try with lagoon water or brackish water, right, it is possible to take some salt, but not much like ocean or marine water. Okay, so now we know the salinity of water. Salinity is what? What is salinity? The amount of salt dissolved in water. Okay, shall we write down that? Otherwise, you will forget. Salinity of water. It means the amount of salt dissolved in water. That is the salinity. Okay. Okay, Pute. Right. The next important point. So let's move to the next. And so how do we measure the salinity of water? I'll show you a few practicals that you can do. Have you ever tried, or do you know the triple beam balance? triple beam balance. So that is called Tedandus Tulava in Sinhala, triple beam balance. Have you seen that? Yes or no? If you haven't seen, I can show you an image and also a video too. Have you seen a triple beam balance? Sanugi, have you?
No, sir. I think
No,
so.
sir.
No, right. Okay, let's see what is right. Anyway, kind of balance, you can use any balance, but so normally in science practicals in the lab we use triple beam balance. So that is for the science practical measurements and all, but you can now actually we have more other ways of measuring now. We have digital balances and all now. We can use that also. What do you need to do? So the methodology, put 25 milliliter water into 50 milliliter beaker and measure the weight. Okay, that means I'll draw it here. Okay, take a beaker. Let's say this is your beaker. Let's say this is 50 milliliter beaker. And you have to take half of that or 25 milliliter from that. Let's take 25 milliliter from that. And you have to keep it in the balance and measure the weight. Normal balance like here, let's assume this is as a digital balance. Keep it in a balance and measure how many grams, right? Then you have to do small change to this. That is, you have to put 2 grams of salt. Put some salt, right? And so then, right, put some salt, and after that dissolve in some amount of water, which is like we can use maybe 10 milliliters. We can dissolve it in 10 milliliters. Milliliter 10ක වගේ දිය කරමු ලුණු gram 2ක් අරගෙන. Then you have to keep filling this beaker until it becomes 25 milliliter. හරි ඒකත් milliliter 25 වෙනකම් වතුර දා ගන්න ඕන. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ වගේ. So let me draw this, otherwise it is not clear sometimes. So let's draw this. Let's say you have another beaker. This is second beaker. Take another 50 milliliter beaker. තව එකක් ගන්න 50 milliliter. ඒකට දා ගන්න 10 milliliter වගේ. Just put 10 milliliter of 10 milliliter water. Then you have to put 2 grams of salt. Sini දාලා, sorry, salt. ලුණු දාලා gram 2ක් දාලා දිය කරන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ 25 වෙනකම් 25ට එනකම් පිරෙන්න වතුර දාන්න. So now the volume, this is also 25 milliliter. 25 milliliter, and this is also 25 milliliter. What's the difference in second one? It has, the difference in second one is it has what?
Normal water.
Sorry?
It has salt water.
Yeah, it has salt, saline water. It has saline water. Actually, we have mixed 2 grams of salt into this. Therefore, the water is same volume, right? Same amount, but it is salty. Then you have to measure the mass. You have to measure the mass again. Then the third one is, take another, maybe same beaker also you can take, clean it and take it again. So now we have measured the plain water. Let's see, right? Just example, not clear, not actually, but let's say the beaker with water. You have to measure, let's say it is 25 grams, example only, right? So let's say after measuring with the 2 grams of salt, it is 26 grams. So let's say if you measure this with 6 grams of water, let's say it is 28 grams, right? So likewise, you have to measure now 8 grams, right? The next time is 8 grams of water, same amount, right? Again, 25 milliliter, same 25 milliliter, but you can see, so each of these will have different weight, different mass. When there is different mass, actually this can be used to identify the salinity of water. You can say water with less salt, like maybe 100 grams. Weight of 100 grams is 100 grams. Sorry, weight of 100 milliliters is 100 grams. But if it is salty, it should be something more than 100 grams. If it is super salty or it is more salty, then it can even exceed this amount. Likewise, you can measure the saltiness of water using this as a test. මේක මේ පරීක්ෂණය පදනම් කරගෙන පුතේ මේක දිහා බලාගෙන වාට කියන්න පුළුවන් saltiness අඩු නම් බර අඩුයි. saltiness වැඩි නම් වතුරේ එකම ප්‍රමාණය ගත්තට බර වැඩි. අපිට අහන්න පුළුවන් මේක යාළුවෝ දෙන්නෙක්ගේ. ඕකේ. ඔයාලා දෙන්නවත් කරන්න පුළුවන්. සනුගි. So you can do the same. සනුගිට පුළුවන් එයාගේ ගෙදර වතුර මිලිලීටර් 25ක් අරගෙන බර බලන්න. එතකොට තිසන්දි can also take 25 milligrams of water and measure the weight. So let's say in Sanugi's home, Sanugi got 25 grams or 26 grams. And let's say Tisandi got 30 grams. Then what is the conclusion, Puti? Sanugi got 26 grams, 25 milliliter, 26 grams. And Tisandi got 30 grams in 25 milliliter. What is your conclusion there?
So can I say
Yes.
that I got 26 grams. I have saline water. And 30 grams we have dissolved word. No, I can't remember the word.
Okay, actually, if you have 26 grams, so you can say it is less salty, right? But this is more salty, isn't it? එහෙම නේද කියන්නේ වෙන්නේ. මේකේ ලුණු ගතිය අඩුයි තියෙනවා. නැත්te නැහැ ලුණු ගතිය අඩුයි. මේකේ ලුණු ගතිය the saltiness is high. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. And another thing, I'll show you this triple beam balance, right? Triple beam balance as well as, so what else you can do with this water? So this is triple beam balance. Just watch this video about triple beam balance and try to understand. I'll explain anyway, but just try to understand this.
Hi, this is Mr. Biden. This is a quick tutorial on how to use a triple beam balance.
Okay, this is image of triple beam balance. Have you seen this in your lab, computer lab? So in your science lab?
Yes, sir.
Now you can remember the මේක තමයි තෙදළු තුලාව triple beam balance කියලා කියන්නේ. So how do we balance using this? Actually, you have to make sure that this is pointed to this balancing point. Yes, side.
No, sir. For me, power cut, anything you want to write?
Yes, we wrote something, but so what you can do is, you can just watch the video again. I'll be uploading there and get it done, right? Otherwise, like, so we just wrote one topic, that is salinity of water. So then I explain what is salinity. Salinity means amount, so what is saline, how it happens? Salt is dissolved in water and that will cause salinity, right? That is what we wrote up to now. Okay. Okay, Sai. So the heading was salinity of water. Then I gave small note. What is salinity? Salinity means in water sources, salt in the ground is dissolved in this water. But in maybe river, in a tank, so it is less salinity. So you can't like feel it even, because very less amount of salt dissolved there. But in a lagoon, so there is a medium amount. So it is medium salty, but when in ocean or when it comes to the marine environment, it is more salty. That is why we extract salt from marine water. We can extract salt from marine water because the amount of salt dissolved in marine water is very, very high. And we also learned that when salt is dissolved, the weight will be high. Even though if you take same amount of solution, but the density of that or the weight or mass of that will be high due to the salinity. That is what we learned, right? Okay, this triple beam balance, do you know how to use this? Do you know how to use triple beam balance?
No, sir.
Okay, let's see the video. So first of all, you have to put some weight there, right? Here you can see this is in the purple color line. Just see the purple color line. Right? Just see the purple color line that I'm drawing here. It's in the balance, 0 point. 0 එකේ කෙලින් තමයි මෙතන ඉර තියෙන්නේ. මේ පැත්තෙන් තව ඉරක් තියෙනවා මේ 0 කෙලින්. When this 0 and this line, so when this is continuous, we consider that as a balanced triple beam. So normally it happens when this is 0, this is 0, and this is also 0. Then it balance. Balance වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. But when we put a weight, in this triple beam balance, to begin
with, let's go over some of the features of the triple beam. And it's clean. Don't, that could just our cue.
So here, this is a mass.
That's what we call having it zeroed. And we also want to make sure that we have this lined up right each side, that there falls into those little notches. Otherwise,
okay, when you move this today, when you move this forward, you can see it's going down.
It falls into
it's like seesaw, right?
Otherwise,
seesaw එකක් වගේ බර වැඩි වුණාම ඒක පාතට යනවා. It's like seesaw.
You're not going to get the right results. So let's take the mass of this. I put it on here.
Then මේ අනිත් පැත්තේ බර තිබ්බම මොකද වෙන්නේ? If you keep a weight there, it will go up. මොකද මේ පැත්ත බර වැඩි. Now in order to balance, we need to move these weights in these three beams. First we move the largest one. ඉස්සලාම ලොකුම එක තමයි move කරන්නේ.
This end goes whoop, right up to the top. We're going to start with the heaviest mass and move this over.
ඔන්න ඒක move කරා. තාම මේක පාත් උනේ නැහැ.
That time it went down.
So when you move 2 times, දැක්කද? දෙපාරක් move කරාම when you move this 2 times, it came down. That means you have to reverse one step. මොකද පල්ලහැට යන නෙවෙයි අපි හදන්නේ balance කරන්න. ඒතර පල්ලහැට ගියොත් එකපාරක් ආයෙ පස්සට ගන්නවා. හොඳට බලන්න කරන විදිය. ඊළඟ එක දැන් ඊළඟ weight එක. තාම උඩ ඊළඟ එක තාම උඩ. ඒක පල්ලහැ. දැන් මොකද කරන්න ඕන? එකක් පස්සට ගන්න. Take one back. Smallest one. Move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward.
Tap, tap, tappity, tap, tap, tap.
Okay, you can see now.
Tap.
Okay, it's balanced. You can see it's balanced. Now these lines are parallel.
Right, that's lined up pretty good.
It's lined up with this one.
Right. And we want to try to be as accurate as we can with the triple beam balance. It can be difficult, but get it on.
You have to fine tune, right? Fine tune the balance.
On that front bar.
Right, after that you can measure.
How do we know what the mass is? What do we do with these numbers that they're lying on? Well, let's go ahead and take a closer look to see what we really need.
How can we measure? So that is my question. To measure, so let's take a closer view of this same.
Need to do in order to find out.
Okay, now you can see. So this is, you have to add these numbers. That is very easy. Here it is 120, and here what is the figure? It is 6. Roughly the mass is 126 grams, but you can see it is not 6, 125.9 grams. Why? Let me show this.
Largest one first, 100. So that's 100, 20, 120. What's this one say?
Here, can you see 125 here, 125. Then you have to calculate points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 125.9. So can you understand how to measure the weight using this?
Yes, sir.
First, what we have to move? The largest or smallest? First, we need to move
Largest.
largest, right? Okay. If it is falling down, we have to reverse one step, right? Typically, we are moving step by step. You can see these steps. Right? Typically, we are moving like this step, the next step, the next step. This is how we are moving. But if it is falling down, we have to reverse one back. Then the medium, finally the small one. That is how you use the triple beam balance. When you go to the school, Pute, just observe this and try to balance some using this triple beam balance, right? I think you will get the practical in the school. So may I know which lesson you are doing in the school?
Sir, we are doing things around us.
Still the first or second? Which one?
No things around.
Second.
Yes, second unit.
Second, right? Okay. Tisandi? Doing same.
Still first lesson.
First lesson. It's okay, Pute. So I thought that we are slow. So I was afraid. I was thinking like, yo, mama slow the done because I'm just doing 1 hour. No, I thought that I'm slow, but I'm not, right? Okay, good. Anyway, so but Pute, we have to focus on finishing. So when is your term is going to be finished? When? I think it's in December, right? December ඉවර වෙනවනේ ඔයාලගේ term එක දැන්. නැද්ද? March. Is it March or December? So what do you think? You don't know.
I think March.
If it is March, then time is enough. If it is December, we have to expect it, right? Anyway, so don't worry. In our class, we can do that on time. But the thing is, like in school, you have a lot of problems, right? I think tomorrow is on leave day, right? In schools, I got to know that some schools are closed tomorrow. The problem is there.
Sir, my school is closed. My
Closed.
school is closed tomorrow.
That's the thing, Pute. Right. Anyway, don't worry. So let's try to do anyway, let's try to do this. Anyway, Pute, whose mother is like, who said that your science teacher? Sanuki, is it your mother or Tisandi?
No, sir.
My mother.
All right, okay, so I think at least you can get help from your mother to go do some practicals at least. But anyway, Pute, just try to learn this. I'm also helpless because I cannot give the practical since you are far away from my place. Through STEAM school, actually, we are providing these practicals now. So if you are closer to Wayangor, you can visit the place and enjoy. So all the science practicals, we have set up a place that students can come and do. That is actually because we have identified the gap. You cannot do in normal tuition class and also online class, but still you can just visit the place and do some practicals. That is in Wayangoda, unfortunately. But if you are yes, I.
Sir, where do you live?
So I'm in Gampaha area. Gampaha area. Actually, my hometown is Kandy.
Oh,
Right.
I am far away of them.
So where do you live, Pute? Sanuki?
I am in Makara.
Makara. Oh, wow. Side?
Pamburana.
Sorry?
Makara Pamburana.
Makara Pamburana. Okay, the side where do you live? Side, can you hear me? Yes?
Kolubutwell.
Is this Sandi?
Bandara.
Bandaravela. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. So you are from 3 different places. And I'm also from totally different place, right? We are covering all Sri Lanka, I think. Because it's like around, like we are covering from Madhur to Bandaravela closer to 300 kilometers, 200 kilometers, right? We are covering a large range. Okay, good. Anyway, so that's the thing. Right. Doesn't matter. So let's do the, don't worry, let's try to do this. I'll show you as much as videos, then you can just see how these things are working. When you have a time, when you visit your school, just try to practice it. Now you know how to use triple beam balance, right? If you need this, I'll be sending these videos and slides to you. Actually, when I send the videos, you can just go through, right? I'll upload this video to the channel, then you can look. back again, watch the video and try to understand how this triple beam balance is working. So first thing is we have to keep the balance in the 0 position. This is 0, 0, 0, and make sure this line is aligned. This line is aligned. Then when you keep a weight there, this will surely move up and this will go down. It is like a seesaw. බර කෙනෙක් වාඩි වුණාම සීසෝ එක පල්ලෙහාට යනවනේ. ඒ වගේ තමයි. බර කෙනෙක් වාඩි වුණාම සීසෝ එක පල්ලෙහාට යනවා. This is what happens. ඒක මේක උඩට යනවා. දැන් අපි මේක පල්ලෙහාට ගන්න තමයි හදන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ පැත්තෙත් පොඩ්ඩක් බර වැඩි කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒත් අපිට පුළුවන් මෙයාව ඉස්සෙල්ලම ගෙනියනවා. Moving this larger guy forward. If it is going down, reverse it. එක step එකක් reverse කරන්න. Then this one. If it is going down, again reverse one step back. Then finally you can balance with the smallest guy. And then add all three numbers and you can get the weight in grams, right? Grams, only in grams. You can't measure kilograms using this, right? Only grams. Closer to maybe 600 grams, 600 grams, you can measure using this kind of triple beam balance. So this is basically they are in lab. Okay. Right. Now, so this is another important practical thing, Kute. So what happens? So we just learned last day also, we learned that water. So that is like, we are like a water bottle. 60% of our body weight is from water. අපේ ඇඟේ බරෙන් 160ක් වතුරෙන් එන්නේ. ඇඟේ බරෙන් 160ක්. So 60% of our body weight. So let's say you are 20 kilograms, Anugi. Then 12 kilograms, closer to 12 kilograms is water. You are only, actually your weight is around 8 kilograms because closer to 12 kilograms come from water. Actually, your brain consists 75% of water. This is for your knowledge, right? This is not there in the book, for your additional knowledge. Your brain consists 75% of water. Did you imagine that? හිතලා තිබ්බද මොලේ තියෙන 175ක් වතුර කියලා? බලන්න. නේද?
No, sir.
75%, right? Then blood 83% water. අර කියන්නේ ඇඟිලේ වතුර වුණා කියන්නේ. මේ වතුර තමයි තියෙන්නේ නේ. ඇඟිලේ වතුර වුණා කියන්නේ වතුර නෙ තියෙන්නේ. Anyway, 83%. 83% in blood, water. Muscles, my God, 75% of muscles. Bones, have you imagined in bones also there's water? 22% of bones, water. Right, what it does? Right, it helps, it gives lot of, like it helps us to keep our body temperature. Otherwise, if you don't have water, our body temperature will not be controlled. And it helps to absorb nutrients. Right, help to convert food into energy. You can අපි කන කෑම අවශෝෂණය කරගන්න උදව් වෙනවා. ඒකේ තියෙන පෝෂණය උරා ගන්න උදව් වෙනවා. Help to absorb the nutrition. Help to convert body food to energy. It moisturize. It actually moisten oxygen for breathing. You can feel in nose also, guys. It's like water vapor. When you exhale, exhale karnakotta, when you go in front of mirror and exhale, you can see water, not water, but some condensation in the mirror. ගිහලා බලන්න කණ්ණාඩියක් ඉස්සරහට ගිහිල්ලා අර අටෙන් කරලා බලන්න. Yes, when you say something like that, when you are closer to a mirror, you can see some condensing water there, right? So that means in the breath also there is amount of water, right? It's a lubricant, right? Yeah, මේ අස්ථි අතර තියෙන අර අපේ හන්දියම හොලවන්න. So we can move our bones easily as it works as a lubricant. අර අපි වාහන වලට එහෙම තෙල් දාන්නේ. ඔය machine වලට එහෙම තෙල් දානවනේ. We put oil into machines, right? Because to move it easily. Similar to that, so this water in our body work as lubricant in between our bones. our brain to function and send the signals in nerves. So we need water. So it's really helpful. This is something additional that you need to know. Okay, one more point. So this is before we go into the next. I would like to highlight one more point. That is, okay. Right. So now we know about water, and so now we learn, like, so why we need water? So there are a lot of usages, right? You can see here for drinking, agriculture, washing, transportation. Now we have for transportation, and you know the hydro plants, electricity, jalaviduliya, and for bathing, washing, we need water. And not just that, inside our body, right? So it performs not just in our body, inside plant bodies and inside our body, and it helps to digest food, and it provides habitat, a living area for fish. මාළු එහෙම ජීවත් වෙන්නේ යාළගේ habitat එක වතුර. ආහාර ජීර්ණය වෙන්න වතුර ඕන. And it's like excretory medium for animals. What is excretory medium? අපේ ඇඟේ තියෙන අපද්‍රව්‍ය ඉවත් කරන්න. අපි කියන්නේ ඒකට excretory medium කියලා. අපේ ඇඟේ තියෙන ඒ කියන්නේ විස බීජ අපද්‍රව්‍ය ඒවා අයින් කරන්න බහිස්ත්‍රාව්‍ය ද්‍රව්‍යයක්. දාඩිය දාලා අපේ ඇඟෙන් අයින් වෙලා යන්නේ විස බීජ. ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ විස බීජ විතරක් නෙවෙයි. අපේ තියෙන ශරීරයේ තියෙන අපද්‍රව්‍ය. ඒ හින්දා තමයි අර ඇඳුම් එහෙම ගොඩ වෙලා ඇඳන් ඉන්නකොට ඔය ඒවා දාඩිය ගඳ එනවා. ඊට පස්සේ නේද ඒවා කළු වෙනවා. Right? That is because of this X-ray. That is why we bath regularly, to clean our skin, because it gets dirty. Our skin gets dirty due to this excretory. So one way of excretory is one way is one excretory medium is sweating, another one is urine, right? Even urine, this and also there are some other mechanisms, lot of mechanisms are there. So it uses as excretory medium to wash our body, actually internally wash our body, externally washing and internally washing. So plants to absorb minerals, plants can absorb minerals to that and transport nutrition through the body. It's a transport medium inside the body. අපේ ඇඟ ඇතුලේ අපේ විතරක් නෙමෙයි ගස්වල කඳ ඇතුලේ ගස්වල පත්‍රවලට හැමතැනටම nutritions ගෙනියන්නේ. And for the rigidity of the plants, rigidity කියලා කියන්නේ කෙලින් හිට ගන්න සම්ධාරණය. ඔය ගස්වලට වතුර නැති වුණාම වල දැකලා තියෙනවනේ මේක මැලවිලා නිකන් අර නිකන් වැටෙනවා වගේ නේද? නිකන් ඔය අපි කියන්නේ හේ බාල යනවා මැලවෙනවා. Why? Because it cannot stand up when water is not there, right? වතුර අඩු වෙගෙන යනකොට ගහ නිකන් වැටෙන්නම යනවා. හැබැයි වතුර දැම්මම ආයෙ මොකද වෙන්නේ? It's become rigid again, right? Haven't you seen? ගහට වතුර දැම්මම ආපහු හොඳට පණ දාලා එනවා. Photosynthesis. ගස්වල තියෙන ආහාර නිපදවන විදිහ. Photosynthesis. So that is the food production mechanism in trees. Cooling the body, right? To control the body temperature. These are some other usages of water. Inside, water important to the life, to maintain the life. These are the ways. And for the general life, we need water for leisure, for sanitary purpose, washing and all, household activities, water sports, electricity, agriculture. You can mention a lot here. See, so if you see, these are some usages of water. Cooking, we need bathing, hydropower, hydroelectric power, viduli balagara, drinking, watering plants, that's what vatura daan. Tourism, right? Tourism, activity, sports, recreation. Recreation කියන්නේ අපි බලන්න යන්නේ පුතේ අර සතුරු වෙන්න ගංගා ඇලදොල බලන්න යනවා නානවා නේද? අපි කැමති මේ මොනවාද මේ මුහුද දිහා බලන් ඉන්න. Those are recreational activities. Transportation, right? So අපිට තෙල් එහෙම එන්නේ කොහොමද? මේ ගෑස් තෙල් එන්නේ වතුර තිබ්බේ නැත්නම් ගෑසුයි තෙලුයි දෙකම නැහැ. ඇයි නැව් එන්න බෑ? No way to move ships. No water, and no oil, right? No gas. So water is essential. Industries, chemicals, oil, gasoline, petroleum, you can see. To produce that, it needs water. Body wastage removal, we learned that. Fishery, fishery. Photosynthesis, that is producing food inside, brushing teeth, washing, building, right? In the building industry, moving, cement mixing, the cement mixture කරන්න ඔය ඔක්කොටම ඕන දේවල්. Functioning of brain, 75% of brain is water, we learned. Regulate body temperature. ශරීරයේ උෂ්ණත්වය තියාගන්න. pH සලයිව නැත්නම් අපිට ගිලින්න බෑ. කෙල නේද? කේටේ නැත්නම් අපිට කෑම ගිලින්නවත් බෑ. ඉතින් කේටේ අර දිව වේලිලා කියලා කියන්නේ උගුර වේලිලා කියන්නේ. ඒ වගේ. create saliva, we need water. Joints, tissues, and spinal cord to protect that. It's a protection layer, and it's also right, prevent constipation. Constipation can වේලීම නැති කරනවා. Physical performance improve වෙනවා. අපි active වැඩ කරනවා. බර අඩු කරගන්න අපිට වතුර පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. ගොඩාක් වතුර බොනවා නම් අපේ ඇඟේ බර අඩු කරගන්න පුළුවන් කෑම අඩුවෙන් කාලා. Fight illness. ඔය හෙම්බිරිස්සාවේ හැදුනම when you are suffering from cold, so it is better to drink more water. උණ එහෙම හැදුනම වැඩිපුර දෙන්නේ වතුර. To fight against illnesses. It's boost energy, blood circulation, nutrition absorbing, mood improvement. Neda. When you bath, it will improve our mood. Brighten the skin. සුදු වෙන්නත් ඕන වෙනවා. Prevent dehydration. දියලෙන එක නවතිනවා. Digestion, ජීර්ණයට. So you can see these are all usages. No need to remember this much of facts. If you remember these facts which is there in the book, that is enough. Okay, now we know about water very well as a resource. But unfortunately, Pute, in this planet Earth, we can only use 0.01% of water straight away. Disaster, my God. නේද? අපේ පෘථුවියේ තියෙන වතුරෙන් අපිට එකපාරම බොන්න පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් 0.01%. 100%ක්වත් බෑ. Not even 1%. 100%ක්වත් අපිට නැහැ. ඇයි 97% water in ocean. මුහුදේ තියෙනවා 97%. ඉතින් ඒවා අපිට බොන්න බෑ. මුහුදු වතුර බොන්න බෑ එකපාර. රත් කරලා ලුණු ටික යවලා තමයි බොන්න වෙන්නේ. Therefore, we can't use that 97%. 2.5% of the water in solid state. ඒ කියන්නේ ice, glacier වගේ මිදිලා. මිදුන වතුරත් අපිට එකපාර බොන්න බෑ. මුහුදේ වතුරත් බොන්න බෑ. මිදුන වතුර බොන්නත් බෑ. So we can consume only 0.01%. Pathetic, right? Very small amount. අපිට ප්‍රයෝජනවත් වෙන්නේ අනිත්‍යවත් ප්‍රයෝජනවත් නැත්තේ නැහැ. එක පාර ප්‍රයෝජනයට ගන්න පුළුවන් 0.01. ඔච්චර පොඩි ප්‍රමාණයක්. But the problem is, Pute, we are even polluting that. අපි ඒකත් නැති කර ගන්නවා. How? කොහොමද වෙන්නේ? How the pollution happens? Can you tell me a few examples?
By putting soap and other harmful things to the water.
Yes, so basically that is household garbage. Household garbage and garbage from the industrial or these places, right? And chemicals, neither. So there are chemicals. Some chemicals are washed using water, and it will be added to the water. Have you seen sometimes if you are if you are moving by train? So I think when you are closer to Kolonna or Ugodavatta area, where Dematagoda, if you have visited that place, I think coaching So lot of places, this is only one example. You can see the water color is black. It's black color water because lot of chemicals, oil mix into the water. So bad, right? Lot of
Because
chemicals.
because of that some animals will die in the water.
Yes, some animals, some living beings in water will die. That is the problem. I think you know this recently one ship, that Express Pearl ship. So that was like burned in the ocean. Lot of animals, lot of sea animals died due to that plastic petals, oil, chemicals in the ocean. So that is the thing.
So
Yes.
I know a sea that so many garbage goes to that beach,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of animals die for a year. I think 1,000 like that. Many of that are sea creatures and sometimes birds.
Yes, sea creatures, birds. Yes, birds because birds, they are, it's not their habitat directly, but they are living closer to this coastal area. That's why they used to eat this fish.
I
Sometimes,
saw a
yeah.
video that the bird likes to eat fish, and the bird comes to eat the fish, and the bird will stuck in a polythene bag and
Yes, that is also a problem. Even turtles, right? Even turtles, like animals, fishes, like a lot of animals, they also get affected using that water pollution, right? Water pollution is a big problem. So addition of agrochemicals and chemicals, in so one is from that Nuarelia, Bandaravel area, that in Nuarelia, a lot of chemicals are added to the soil because they are focusing on their crops. But the thing is, ultimately, that chemicals will be mixed with water and flowing down. So that will anyway pollute water sources. Right? That has happened in Anuradhapura area too. That's why a lot of kidney diseases and all, ultimately, we have to suffer. Not just other animals, even people. So as people, we have to problem. And washing and bathing in water bodies can also a problem. So washing your body is okay, but the thing is, if you're washing some chemicals or washing some unwanted surfaces, so that can damage, right? And again, releasing of waste materials and impure water to the water bodies. Apavitra jale wagema me kalikasala. Releasing of chemicals and impure water from factories. Factories වලින් එන අපවිත්‍ර ජලය සහ රසායනික ද්‍රව්‍ය. Right? Addition of polythene and plastics into the water. Polythene plastic. මම දැක්ක ශ්‍රීපාදෙත් ගොඩ ශ්‍රීපාදේ කියන්නේ අර එහෙම මේ ගොඩක් කන්දක් උඩනේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒ උනාට ගොඩ යන මිනිස්සු ප්ලාස්ටික් උඩ බෝතල් වතුරට දාලා ඒ වතුරේ තියෙන ඊට පස්සේ ප්ලාස්ටික් වලින් පුතේ ඉරේලිය වැටෙනකොට there will be microplastic. Small microplastic that you cannot see that, but thin microplastic layer will be added to water due to that small plastic, right? That can even happen. So when plastic bottle is exposed to the sunlight, that is why, so people are telling it is not good to drink plastic water which is overexposed to sunlight. Plastic water bottle ඉරේලියට ගොඩ මේවා වෙලා තිබ්බොත් අර මයික්‍රෝප්ලාස්ටික් අංශු වතුරට එකතු වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එකතු වෙනවා කියන්නේ ඒක උඩින් පාවෙනවා. ඒ වුණාට අපි දකින්නේ නැහැ නේද? We can't see that. No, we will drink.
We bring plastic water bottles to the school for drink water. We don't need to put hot water.
Yes, you should not put hot water into the normal plastic bottles, but there are some protected bottles. There are some health safe bottles, but this what I am talking about, the normal transparent bottles that you see in the market, in the shops. So that is more damaging, right? Because like if it is exposed to the sunlight for a long time, it can produce this microplastic. The microplastics will be taken by sea creatures, will be eaten by the sea creatures, because these most of the animals are very small, tiny amoeba, so the amoeba like animals, but we have not learned that much. But we learn about this in the microorganisms. These microorganisms will take that, will get that microplastic. Then, so these microorganisms are taken by, so actually these fish, small fishes, they eat these microorganisms sometimes. So then what will happen? It will go inside the fish. Then what will happen? When we eat fish, it will come to our body. So that is a cycle. So we will learn this cycle in our last lesson. So one of our last lessons. Okay, so these are some examples. Release of wastewater materials and impure water. Impure water can apavitra jala. Releasing of household waste. This is also happening in a lot of areas. And this is polythene, plastic, and chemicals, right? Chemicals mixed to the water. So that is damaging. Okay, due to this reason, water pollution can happen. So what will happen? Ultimately, we can use only 0.01%, but that also get polluted. Then what we can do? The තියෙන්නේ 0.01යි ඒකත් මෙහෙම pollute වුණාම අපි ඉවරයි නේ. පිට water sources නැති වෙලා යනවා. So that can happen. So that is the point that I would like to highlight here. So a lot of water sources will be polluted due to these reasons. Okay, one video I just wanted to show you before we wind up for today. That's why I took some time. So now you know usages of water, and also uses of water, and also learn about this water pollution. And one small video to show before we wind up, and that is about this density of water. You can do this practical and enjoy for this week today. So this is the practical that I would like you to enjoy. So you can do this easily, right? You can do this very easily. You have to take either sugar or salt. You can use one. You can use sugar or water. And you have to use food coloring, sugar and water. Then you can do this practical. This is very interesting, small practical that we are teaching in our STEAM school. You can just see. Here you have to take some, first of all, you have to take some glasses. Then put some water into this. And before putting water, here he's putting sugar, right? Here, this glass is not putting any sugar, corner one. The first glass, then the next glass, then make it a danavaya sugar, ekahandak, 1 spoon of sugar. And the next, he's putting 2 spoons, right? Here 2 spoons. Here 3 spoons, 1, 2, 3 spoons. Here he's putting 4 spoons, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then some water here, similar amount of water, right? Which has more sugar? Is it left side or right side? Yes, left or right, which has more sugar? I just draw some arrows to identify. එතකොට මේ right side එකේ මේකේ sugar නැහැ. මේකේ no sugar, right? You don't have sugar here. But here in this one, you have 2 spoons of sugar. Here you have 1, 2, 3 spoons of sugar, and here you have 1, 2, 3, 4 spoons of sugar. Make a karana puluwanne neda. Either you can use sugar or salt, right? Oneka. Sugar prashna and salt prashna. So we learn about the salineness of the water, saline water. Then you can do this. Okay. After that, what he's doing? So let me show. After that, what he's doing, he's putting food coloring. So blue color, yellow color, And then first he put it here. First he put that you can see this is the practical, and this one he's putting some food color into this, and after that he's going to put this solution. First, actually, he's putting this one with no sugar, one with low sugar, right? Here. Okay. So this has actually 5 spoons. Sorry, I couldn't tell about that. This has more sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The blue one has 4 spoons. එතකොට blue one තමයි ඊළඟට දාන්නේ. 4ක් තියෙන එක තමයි ඊළඟට දාන්නේ. බලන්න වෙන දේ මොකක්ද කියලා. ඒවා mix වෙන්නේ නැහැ. It's not mixing. ඊළඟට දානවා ඔක්කොම වතුරම තමයි. 2 spoon නෙමෙයි 3 spoon එක හරි. He's putting 3 spoons. But be careful, if you like shake this, it can mix. හෙලෙවුවොත් mix වෙනවා. එහෙනම් හොලවන්න නැතුව දාන්න ඕන. You can do this practical next week. Food coloring තමයි දාන්නේ. හොලවන්න නැතුව දාන්න. බිත්තිය දිගේ. හරි ඔන්න එහා එකක් දැම්ම. ඊළඟට අන්තිමට සීනි ඊටත් වැඩි අඩු එක. green එක. ඒකේ සීනි හැඳි දෙකයිනේ තිබ්බේ. ඒක අන්තිමටම දාන්න. අන්තිමට red එක. red එකට සීනි දැම්මේ නැහැ. No sugar. No sugar in the red ones. He's putting that last. අන්තිමටම දාන්නේ ආ එක. So it is not mixing. So why it is not mixing, Pute? What's the reason? ඔක්කොම වතුරනේ. සීනි දාපු වතුර තියෙන්නේ. So then why it's not mixing? මේක හෙලෙවුවොත් mix වෙනවා. හෙලෙවුවොත් mix වෙනවා. The reason is so different. So this different solutions. මේ එක එක භාජනවල තිබ්බේ වෙයි salinity විදියට දැන් මේක salinity නෙවෙයි. මේකේ මේක වෙනස්. density එක වෙනස් පුතේ. අපි අර ඉගෙන ගත්තේ මැනලා බර මැනලා. සීනි වැඩි එකේ බර ගොඩක් වැඩි. ඒ වගේම තමයි මුහුදු වතුර දැම්මොත් මුහුදු වතුර අඩියටම යනවා. ඒකේ බර ගොඩක් වැඩි. ඊළඟට තමයි අර කලපු එක. lagoon water. First marine water, then lagoon water, then normal water. If you color these 3 water sources using 3 colors, you can do the same practical with ocean or the marine water, lagoon water, and normal water and pure water. If you have distilled water, you can use that. Can you do this practical this week? Can you try to do this?
Okay, sir.
You can use, instead of
Okay,
salt, you can use sugar also, but use food coloring to identify. Don't shake it. If you shake, it will mix. Because all our water, no, water and sugar, that will be mixed. Okay, then the highest weight will go down. You have to put the highest weight first. Highest එක තමයි ඉස්සලම දාන්න ඕන. Highest වැඩිපුරම බර එක. ඒ කියන්නේ වැඩිපුරම ලුණු තියෙන නැත්නම් වැඩිපුරම සීනි තියෙන එක තමයි ඉස්සලා. අඩුවෙන්ම තියෙන එක අන්තිමට. Okay, do this practical, enjoy, and send me a picture after doing this, right, to the WhatsApp. Maybe our group you can send. Okay, I'll stop from here. Today, next day we'll go to the new lesson after discussing the questions. Then good night. See you all next week.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Come.